Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to Rashman Productions, where I talk about everything movies, comics, and superheroes. So, the teaser trailer for DCU's second movie, which is Supergirl, has just been revealed. So, let's check it out what they have to show us. Let's see it. We got Crypto here. So, this will take after the events of Superman.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time.
We got our first look at Supergirl here.
Hi, cars are out.
Is this Earth?
Hereby declare that 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
I didn't know any of you were still alive.
This looks like Krypton. Yeah, I guess this is Krypton.
God, for not.
Now I know this is not directed by James Gunn, but this looks and feels like a Guardians of Galaxy movie. Now I know I'm just kind of just jumping the gun here, but that is the vibe this gives, which is a great thing. Not to confuse it with something bad, but again, it gives that kind of Guardians of the Galaxy vibe here.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Do let us know how it's like you.
No, it's a pretty small group too.
Oh,
Superman.
I guess that was Lobo. Jason Momoa returns. We have our first look at Lobo here, and honestly, we aren't able to see much of him, but it looks pretty promising.
I see the
Ooh, I like that texture on that S here. 6/26/26. Now, that was a really good trailer. I liked it. I mean, of course, it was a teaser trailer, so not much was revealed, but we kind of get to know that she is going to fight some of these space pirates or something like that. And of course, we'll get to see Lobo here as well. Jason Momoa returns in the DC universe, not as Aquaman, but as Lobo right now. Because I mean, that was his dream character to play in the DC universe, and it was granted by James Gunn, and he's back in here. So I'm genuinely interested to see Lobo in here, because that is not a character that you kind of see normally. That type of character you see normally get adapted in a comic book movie, unless it is kind of under the direction of James Gunn that you're allowed to do certain things. And again, as I said before, this looks pretty evident of that kind of similar space adventure type of thing that we saw with Guardians. Now again, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, because Guardians, the vibe of Guardians is amazing. Again, this feels kind of like that stuff going around with, again, teaming up with Crypto here. She's going to save, let's say, certain people. She's going to be doing those good deeds across the galaxies, across the universe. And in fact, we will also be seeing the origin story, or not just origin, but the point from where Krypton was destroyed and she was sent towards Earth, but she kind of, missed the route. Something happened in there between. We might also see Zod in here. We might also see the backstory of her parents, which is Jor-El and Lara, which are Superman's parents as well. And the reason I believe this would be kind of more interesting to see the way Krypton kind of explodes, or like the way Krypton kind of dies out, because Supergirl has lived through it. She wasn't like a baby like Clark. She wasn't like a baby who was just sent into a pod. She witnessed the destruction of Krypton. She witnessed the fall of her society in a way. Now, how it kind of happened, and we might be able to kind of see certain glimpses and how it kind of affects her character, where she kind of, she literally just told the distinction between her and Superman, and it was like she does it for the justice, and Superman kind of sees, I guess, the good in everyone. I guess that was something that she told in here. And again, I would love to see how she differs from Superman in here, again with the same power sets, with kind of the same things that he has, but again her morals being a little different, a little twisted than Superman, not completely. And that would be interesting to see. Now I'm pretty sure that we might not just get Supergirl and Lobo, we might get certain more DCU characters to appear. Maybe Lanterns will appear in here. Now it is a possibility that we might get a cameo of a lantern here and there, because this is out there in the galaxies, this is out there in the space. Again, with Lanterns releasing next year, which is again going to be an important part of the DC universe, because this is the first time we are kind of seeing a chronological order of these things. And again, in here, this will be pretty much set after the events of Superman, so she'll be going back into space along with Crypto. She takes Crypto with her, and let's see what the purpose of her travels are. Maybe she wants to find out something about Krypton, maybe she's looking for a clue or something. She finds Lobo in there, and maybe they have a duel, maybe they work together, who knows. And it is pretty promising to kind of say that this movie will of course be directly connected to Superman Man of Tomorrow, because this is kind of a 3-part series that James Gunn told that it is going to be Superman, Supergirl, and Man of Tomorrow. It is a serialized thing that they have done. And in fact, this is kind of the most interesting thing about this, is that the first 3 movies in the DCU are going to be about Superman, like the House of L. It's going to be about Superman, Supergirl, Crypto, Lex, all the Superman related characters, Brainiac, which is going to be the villain Man of Tomorrow. So that is a very interesting aspect to it, because we are already seeing this kind of a short story arc being covered in here. Now again, as we saw here, this is kind of going to be that space adventure, and this is based on a comic which is Superman Woman of this is based on Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Now I haven't read the comic, I want to read the comic. I've seen certain pages and artwork from the comic and they look absolute gorgeous, so I will be checking that out soon. But again, this looks promising to me in a good way, and I would be kind of more interested to see what is going on with Krypton, and like a new depiction of Krypton, how it is managed. The glimpses that we got here about Krypton, it kind of looked like a Greco-Roman style, if that became a scientific, futuristic, artistic society. And that is what the vibe of Krypton gave me in this trailer. And again, we'll be super interested to see. Again, Lobo is a very interesting character. He's kind of the last of his species, and he's kind of immortal because he kind of makes a deal with the Almighty of the DC universe, the Presence. And if they explore that, then that would be something very interesting to see here. And let's see what happens in here. Now, I'm sure there will be many Easter eggs in here. We'll see that over the course of a few days, pop all over social media and Twitter. So yeah, let's keep an eye out for that. Genuinely excited to check this out, because again, this is not just about Supergirl. Yes, I mean the story is about Supergirl, but it is also about a grander and a larger narrative here, which I'm kind of interested in. Again, this looks pretty promising. It looks neat. The certain scenes were again cinematic, very cinematic, even though I believe they just finished filming a couple of months ago, if I'm not wrong. And that is great to see that they are so much believing in themselves, and they are confident that they have released a teaser trailer, which is, yeah, I guess it comes in June, July somewhere. So yeah, 6 months is a pretty good time span. So yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next.